Bradley Corbett's The Brutalist is not just a film. It's a thing of beauty. Running nearly 3 hours, it unfolds with the weight of poured concrete. This isn't fast cinema. It's a slow, deliberate construction. Each scene layered with sorrow, endurance, and silence. It's the kind of film that feels built, not merely directed. At its center lies the story of Laszlo Tooth, Adrian Brody, who is a Hungarian Jewish architect who immigrates to post-war America searching for a new beginning. But what he finds is exploitation, isolation, and the hollow echo of a dream that was never meant for him. The Brutalist transforms the immigrant experience into something mythic and deeply human. A portrait of survival in a world that confuses ambition for worth. Tooth's buildings are more than just structures. They are confessions in concrete. Their cold, geometric precision mirrors the concentration camps he once endured. In Corbett's vision, architecture becomes both a weapon and a wound, a way to control trauma by shaping it into form. The film's title becomes a metaphor, not only for style, but for the existence itself. How one survives by building walls strong enough to hold the pain inside. And Tooth's struggle is twofold. He's both an immigrant and an artist, both desperate to be understood and doomed to be misunderstood. Corbett uses his story to draw clear parallels between these two identities. Both the immigrant and the artist live on the margins, translating themselves for a world that only half listens. As an immigrant, Tooth must erase his accent, his history, and his grief. As an artist, he's forced to compromise his vision for approval. In both roles, he becomes invisible, his genius commodified, his pain packaged as progress. And the film's tragedy is tied directly to its critique of the American dream. The Brutalist exposes the hollowness beneath that myth, the false promise that suffering will be rewarded. And Tooth's story is the story of countless immigrants who come to America seeking freedom, only to be exploited by those who saw them as tools rather than people. His patron, Harrison Lee Van Buren, represents that exploitation perfectly, charming, cultured, and quite predatory. He praises Tooth's genius while profiting from his silence. Corbett turns the immigrant's dream into the American nightmare, where art, labor, and identity are consumed by capitalism's need to own and erase. The film doesn't just ask what the American dream costs, it shows us who pays for it. I love Adrian Brody. He gives one of the finest performances to date. His portrayal of Laszlo Tooth is a masterclass in restraint, a performance built from stillness, internal tension, and unspoken pain. And his eyes carry the exhaustion. His movements echo the precision of a man trying to hold himself together. Felicity Jones brings quiet power to Tooth's wife, an emotional anchor. Her performance reveals the toll of living beside genius and trauma, how love becomes endurance, and how silence becomes survival. Guy Pearce as Van Buren is chilling in his restraint. His performance is all surface, controlled, charming, immaculate, yet beneath that composure lies a deep vein of cruelty. He becomes the film's embodiment of exploitation, the man who smiles while taking everything away. Together, their performances form a brutal triangle of dependency. And the film's style mirrors the era's psychological landscape. Its long takes, muted palette, and stark compositions recall the architecture it celebrates. Massive, emotionless, and deeply human. Brutalism, born from post-war reconstruction, becomes the film's visual language for pain and rebirth. Corbett turns that language inward. Every building, every corridor, feels like an echo of Tooth's past. Haunted spaces where trauma became design. Even the pacing mirrors survival. The long runtime isn't indulgent, it's immersive. Watching The Brutalist is like inhabiting grief, slow, repetitive, and inescapable. Though Laszlo Tooth is fictional, he is a composite of real modernist architects, and refugees whose vision reshaped the world after World War II. Corbett fuses their stories into one mythical figure, a man who embodies the collision between genius and suffering. Through him, the film explores how art can preserve what life destroys, and how the drive to create often springs from the ruins of loss. And look, The Brutalist is not an easy film. It's long and emotionally punishing, but its rigor is the point. It demands endurance from the viewer, just as life demands it from its protagonists. It's a film about art as survival, about trauma as architecture, about the price of believing in a dream built on someone else's labor. It's one of the rare modern epics that feels carved from reality, an experience of both immense sorrow and fragile beauty. It isn't a story of success, it's a story of what it costs to build something that lasts. Thank you for watching. I'm AJ, and this has been A Long Take. Please feel free to check out our film Transient, now streaming on all platforms. For fans of psychological horror and sci-fi elements, Transient is great. We'd love your support. Go check it out. For fans of podcasts, my podcast Bad Movie Night. I get together with a bunch of my friends weekly and we watch bad movies. It's a fun time. Check it out. It's on all platforms and on YouTube. And if you want something a little more raw and a little more intense, my podcast Self-Identities is about to enter its 3rd season. We go into maximum security prisons and interview women who are facing life sentences. It's very raw and powerful and heavy stories. Until next time, I'm AJ. Take care.